On this episode of Street Rat Garage, we get another new shop truck. This one has a 454. Let's check it out. While I was cruising around on Facebook Marketplace, I happened to come across this 1974 GMC Grand Serria. It's a 3+3. That's you and some friends and some stuff, and dually. Best of all, it has a 454 engine. Why don't we go check that out real quick? So this is the second year of the square body, 73 being the first year. 74, 73, 74, they started amping them down a little bit. The 454 only had, like, I don't know, 230-ish, 250, something like that. I can't remember. Google it if you really want to know. There's a tag right there. I wonder if it says anything. It just says 454, date of manufacture, engine family 113. Doesn't really give us any good information. There's another tag here, but I can't really read much of it. I don't think it's going to have a horsepower rating since they, dumped the horsepowers out of it quite a bit. But let's have a look here and see what we got. So the very first thing that my eyes come to is the fact that there seems to be an electrical plug outlet bolted to the firewall, the inner fender well here. And yeah, that's a little bit unusual. So let's trace these wires back and see where they go. Come in here and have a look real quick. See, this thing just has one toggle switch on it and an outlet here. This wire seems to be going into the alternator. Looks like it goes directly into the alternator. Does it? I guess, I don't know. Have to look a little bit better there. But this one goes under. This one seems to go in. And we got some little wiring issue things going. So I would almost guess an inverter, but it just seems to go from here to here. If this was an older style, it should be a lot bigger, but not really sure what's going on there. We'll plug something into it sometime and find out, I guess. I don't know. But let's see what we got here on oil. It's like a quart low. It's a little bit runny, but not too bad. So, not so bad on the oil. Grab the transmission dipstick. Now, the transmission is not looking good. It is not of a good color. It's not of a good consistency. And not of a good smell. So probably not going to want to keep that transmission fluid in there. Usually don't change on the transmission fluid, but I think we're going to do that real quick. Belts seem to be loose. That is real loose right there. That's tight. That one's a little loose. Still has the belt on the AC compressor, so there's a chance that I don't know, we might be able to make the AC work a little bit later. Not today, but later. It still has points on it with a coil, points coil system. Those wires have been replaced. Those aren't factory wires, so those actually look like they're in pretty good shape. We had another battery here. I wonder if that has something to do with the electrical doohickey. Don't know. Still got the condenser, maybe. Can't see. Is it in here? Yeah, it's in there. Still got the condenser. Note the 454 badge. Some guys will give pretty good money for those. What else do we have under here? We got the low airflow, very low airflow. This is gonna have to go quick. We got little block off. What else? Got the fuel line that's been hacked. Oh, there, that looks good. We got the throttle cable. Must have broke at some time. Yeah, see, right here. It's supposed to go through here, and apparently it broke or something or the other, and yeah, just make do with what you got, I guess. Surprisingly, it still has 2 springs on it. We can take this to the drag strip and go racing with this. They will pass that. Oh, what else do we have? Everything else looks good. We'll check the brakes, see if they work. Look at that. That probably isn't good, especially if it's connected on the other side. We'll have to see, make sure we don't have any power going through those later. This one's a ground, so this one's okay. This is just a ground wire. Actually, both of these just go to ground, so no worries. Okay, let's check out the body. The body is in okay shape. We definitely have some bumper stuff going on right here, but it did come with another bumper. I don't know if it's the correct bumper or not, but got some bumper issues. We got some rust holes, got rusties here. We got some broken trim here, broken trim here, some more rusties down below. See, that's what happens with these trucks. Look at that. It's got dirt and moss and all sorts of stuff that goes up in between the wheel wells and just lays right here in this lower panel of the fender, and then just starts to rust all this. Yeah, let's see. The rocker panels actually aren't too bad. You've got these little holes here. The door seems to have one hole right there. Let's open it up and see what the inside of the door looks like. The rocker panel. The rocker panel's really good. Just those little holes right there. Bottom of the door is good, except for right there. We can live with that. We're not going to fix that. We'll come back to the interior in a minute. So, rocker panel, pretty much the same thing. A little bit of the door, just a hair right here on the cab corner. The rest of the cab corner is solid. That's surprising. I was told that this was a Southwest truck for a while, so didn't really start rusting until it came to Indiana, I guess. This is probably the worst part on it. The guy I bought it off of said he bought this truck from his grandpa, and well, this truck was sitting and they were loading a tractor of some sort. It got caught with a blade, with a bucket or whatever, right in this area. These are just fiberglass. If you've never seen these before, it's basically what they did is they just come in here and they put this bracing like right around the old wheel well fitting, and then just bolted these fiberglass pieces right to the side of the bed. It's really not much. You can see that even the paint scheme extends right into the bed there. See, it's got a little bit of rust. I don't know if you can see that inside there. A little bit of rust above the wheel wells. These are a little bit higher. I don't know if they were cut or if they were made that way, but they're higher than the normal one. So you can't just take these off and put it on another bed unless you're going to put big tires on it. Anyway, what do we have? This, they sell these. You can buy these for a couple $100. Just some surface rust, broken tail light, and the bed is full of pine needles. Some of them blew out already, I guess. But a lot of pine needles. So it's been sitting for a few years. It looks like we need 2. Whoops. Yeah. Yep. 2 tail lights. The other side of the truck, not so bad. We got a gas tank here that somebody added on because you should have a door on it instead of just be sticking out like that. So that's probably aftermarket. A little rust in that door, not bad. This side's actually pretty good. Got the same sort of rust on the fender there. Got some flat tires. That's the outside of the truck. Let's look and see what she has on the inside. Oh wait, almost forgot something. Let me bring you in here. So this has the traditional, what they call taco hood. That's where you let this sit way too long. These hinges get all rusty at their points. They're hard to close. Then somebody comes in here and yanks on it and just starts to bend that hood. The reason these hoods bend is, I believe the square body was the first probably 73 was the first year to start putting in crumple zones. These little spots here where it's cut out. This is double walled metal. Well, they cut out the single wall here and only left another single. They cut out the double, so it comes up here and there's just a single wall right here and right here, right here, right here. So that way when the truck is in an accident, these bend right here, right here, right here, so that the hood doesn't fly through and take your damn head off. Now the problem is, oh look, somebody put an angle iron there trying to reinforce this too. Yeah, that's probably been bent for a long time. Almost the other side has it. It does. So it's got angle iron, if you can see that piece of angle iron, and then wow, they were really trying, but did not work because it's right there. Oh yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But crumple zones. If you come in here and pull on the edge, or even pull down too hard in the middle with these hinges being all rusty and hard to close, and this is what happens right here every single time. If you ever noticed this little catch right here and you wondered what that was, well, if you look on the underside of the hood, there's a hole right there. When this hood closes, this hole goes right over top of this pin right here. So if you're ever in an accident, this pin is gonna catch right here and help to stop this hood and allow it to wrinkle up instead of going right through the windshield. So if you've ever wondered what this is not an adjuster. You know, don't fool with this. Just leave it alone. It's there for a reason. Okay, well, that's enough outside stuff. Let's jump on the inside and see what we have. First of all, this steering wheel, it's sticky. Yeah, every single time. Anytime that these trucks sit for a long time, or this year a car, these steering wheels, they get nasty. That stuff comes out of them, I don't know. It's petroleum based product, so that oil, that grease comes right onto the surface and makes everything sticky. But first of all, we got a mat on here, which it's probably bought to cover up the crack that was in here, or it might have been just to help save on the dashboard, but it seems to have done a good job. I mean, have a look at this dashboard. It's not that bad. It just has this big crack right here, and it's actually not that hard and crunchy like most of them are. Still a little pliable. So if we get some, I like to use Black Magic. It's a silicone based product. Coat this dashboard with it real good and let it soak on in there. That's going to save your dashboard. I don't know if this has been replaced once, or it's not bad shape. If it wasn't for this, it'd be a really good dashboard. It shows 48,000, but of course we don't have an extra number there at the end. So if we look down here at the brake pedal, it's just a little bit worn on the sides. The gas pedal looks okay. So I don't know, 48,000 maybe. The seat, that side is in real good shape, but it has a little damage right here, so I don't know. The driver's side says 148,000. The passenger side and the back seat's dirty, but that says it could be 48,000. It has all the door panels on it. It is missing this one door knob, so I don't know. So it has a dome light in it, so it's possible. A wasp nest, it's lovely. Fortunately, it's winter time now, and we don't have to worry about that sort of thing. They did change the old radio out. Wow, it is an Alpine. Whoa, that is fancy. And I don't know, that might still work, but this radio back in the day, that was a high dollar radio. Let's see, we got a smoker, it looks like. Oh yeah, that was a smoker, so that probably may still work. I have no idea what that is. What's in the glove box? Ooh, well, there's been mice in the glove box. What do we have here? Oh, somebody's state tax return form. Oh, gross. Oh, nasty. Oh, what do we have? GMC owner's manual, 1500 through 3500, except G models. That's nice. We have Secretary of State, some blah 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 stuff. More. Oh, didn't have a radio, CB radio in here anymore, but looks like it had one. Yep, right there. Man, that sucks that that's gone. That would have been cool. What else do we have here? Oh, wait. Look what we have here. An explanation of what this weird box thing would be. Oh, if this isn't stuck to it. Oh, for contractors, sportsmen, fleet owners, ranchers, and farmers. Tool power. What does it do? Oh, get off of there. Well, read the other side and blah blah blah, and mounting for all cars with mechanical and transistor and built-in integral voltage integral, yeah, right there. Voltage regulator, $30 each. So more stuff. It's basically, yeah, it's an inverter. The tool power device was and more stuff, but yeah, it's a 110 12 volts or 110 volt tools. So okay, it's an inverter. So mystery solved. Anyway, oh, more mouse poop. Oh, and a spider, and he's awake because it's 60 degrees in December. Oh yeah, get out of there. Well, that was fun. So the headliner's a little bit saggy. We do have these really cool dice unlocking doohickeys. Oh, the horn works. I put a fresh battery in this so we can test it out a little bit later. So that part works. Oh, let's see if the radio works, since we're just sitting here not really doing anything. Oh, does it work? Does it work? The fan works. I'm not getting any lights. Oh well. We'll play with that more later. I was hoping that would work. Okay. Well, let's get busy doing stuff. Well, I'm back here underneath the hood, and the first thing I am going to do is just change out this transmission fluid, because this fluid is not right. So we definitely have to change out this stuff so we don't have any problems when we go to drive it. The fluid is way too thin. I'm gonna leave the oil for now. All the wiring looks good. All the vacuum hoses seem to be on there. This truck's set for about, it's only been about 5 years off the road, I think, something like that. But it was a farm truck before that, so it hasn't really been on the road. So this should start. I was just gonna change the transmission fluid, get that stuff out of there, and then we'll look at a few other things and see what happens. Let's jump underneath this truck real quick. All right, I'm not gonna jack this up because we have kind of enough room under here. It's a little leaky underneath here. We got some oil, some transmission fluid, and some oil. Not awful. Take a look here. You'll find that most of these big trucks like this, 1 tons, will have a 400, a TH400 transmission. You can usually tell that by this curvy pan. I really don't think a truck this big is ever gonna have a 350 TH350, but it'll be more square with just like one slot going this way, but it'd be a basic square, almost a triangle. Not triangle, geez. You know, that square one with the long ends on it, rectangle. Yeah, that's the one. But definitely TH400. And what's it say? Hydromatic GM. There's everything, all that good stuff. Okay, we just got a couple of bolts holding this in. Impact wrench is not what you should be using for this job. Oh, there she goes. Gross. Oh, it's windy too. Don't blow on my camera. Move my camera. Oh, it's blowing. Wind's blowing the wrong way. So I hope you can still see that. Yeah, that's a mess. The wind is blowing real good. It's looking right underneath of this truck. See if we can't get the rest of this bolt out. There we go. Oops. Where'd that go? Went in there. Somewhere. So yeah, that transmission fluid stinks pretty good. We got some transmission fluid on the camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this pan down and wipe the camera off, and we'll have a look at it. Well, let's have a look at this transmission fluid. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that, but that is not looking good on the transmission fluid. Definitely has a burnt smell to it. Let's look in this pan. You can see this color on this board here. It's sort of a nice brownish dark red. There's, I don't know, where's the magnet? There's no magnet in this. There's no magnet to pick up all these shavings, so the shavings are just pretty much all over the bottom of the pan here, which kind of thickish if it really had that many miles on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call this just over 100,000 miles. I'm pretty sure either that or it was just not treated well, one of the two, because that's pretty black and nasty inside of there. Well, I'm gonna clean this up, have a look at that filter, and stick this all back together, put some fresh fluid on it. Good thing we went ahead and changed on this. This is not is it a cork gasket? Looks like a rubber gasket that's been on there for a while. Is it? I don't know. It comes off easy, so. And it is so dark and nasty, I can't even tell if that's cork or what it is. But it broke apart, so I don't know. I don't know what this is. No idea. But it's been changed before, which again leads me to believe this is over 100,000 miles, because if it's been changed at least once, it would definitely not look like this. So look at that. That is nasty. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up real quick. Well, the transmission pan is all cleaned up. All that I did is used a whole bunch of these and blue shop towels and wiped it down real good. Probably about 2 dozen of these, because I didn't bring any brake fluid cleaner, starting fluid, brake cleaner, anything like that. So little blue towels to the rescue. It is windy though. Those towels are just blowing away. Somebody should clean that up. All the bolts are here. I'm just going to use this kit right here to change the transmission filter. So we're just going to use this transmission filter. I'm going to put it in here, and this gasket right here. Make sure you got the right gasket. Put it on here real good. So this is so this gasket and this filter was like 12 bucks. So why not just change it? I mean, the transmission fluid, use about 4 or 5 quarts of transmission fluid. Now that's about 20 something odd dollars, but I'm gonna go ahead and change this since it was so bad and it smelled so bad. And I'll probably go ahead and run it for a while and then change it again, because well, it's just that bad. For some reason people don't like to change their transmission fluid. People used to say that if you change the transmission fluid, then your transmission is going to go out. Well, I believe that whole myth thing about not changing your transmission fluid came from when people had some transmissions that were acting up already. They changed the transmission fluid and then it went out. You already had transmission problems, so you try to fix it just by changing your transmission fluid. You're supposed to change it, like some recommend every 12,000 miles, some every 24,000 miles. Newer cars are a lot longer, but these old trucks, cars and trucks, at least 24,000 miles. I mean, this hasn't been changed in a very, very long time, and it would definitely do. Transmission fluid is just like engine oil. It breaks down, it gets thin, it gets contaminated. You have to change the transmission fluid just like you change your oil. Not as frequently, but you still have to do it, or it'll stick you alongside the road just like having bad oil in your engine oil. So change your transmission fluid. It's not that hard. Okay, remember what I was just saying about changing your transmission fluid. Come look at this. This is the transmission filter right here, fluid filter, whatever you want to call it. Watch this. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be up here solid. This bolt right there is way loose, and it's probably not sealing very good, so this filter is probably not even doing its job at all. So change the transmission fluid and your filter. You find things. Well, the transmission is all buttoned up again. Quick and simple. Took like 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. It's just that easy. Probably not the first thing you should do when you're firing up this for the first time in a while, but I did it anyway. So this is just some regular old transmission fluid. Doesn't take anything special. Dextron, Mercon, whatever you call that. These usually take about 4 quarts ish. Like I said, it doesn't cost that much. It doesn't cost that much to change your transmission fluid, so I would do that first. Well, not first before I start up the truck, but I would do that around first, second, first and a half, second and a half. This is 1 gallon, so 3.78 liters. I'm just going to pour it all in. So I think it takes 4.5 quarts, so this should be close enough. There we go. All right, well, let's get this put back together. I want to check underneath here and see what we got going on. Make sure we don't have any rats' nests or dead mice or anything just hanging out here. But this air cleaner is definitely way too small. And it's filthy and it's dirty and it's clogged up. Everything seems to be fine underneath here. Already poured some gas in here. Accelerator pump seems to be working just fine. So no problems. No problems there. Just have some wires. Where does that go? Is that electric choke? No, it's vacuum choke. So I don't know where this goes. You got all these nests all over the place. Check for any broken hoses, check for any vacuum lines that are off. Everything looks good. We got lots and lots of debris back here. Distributor cap looks good. Coil looks fine. Not all these plug wires are down where they're supposed to be, but that's okay. Besides that alternator, oh, that alternator is just so loose. We got tools, so we probably should tighten that up real quick. Oh, look at that. That bolt is stuck because it's not the right one. Is gripping into there, so I don't want to break this off right here. This is just going to have to be good enough. Let's give this a whirl around. There's a hot, fresh battery in here, all charged up, good to go. Let's see what this thing does. Oh. Well, we have nothing. It is not starting. So yeah, we're gonna have to check the points on here. Sometimes you get some moisture, you get some water, you get some corrosion in here, and that's no bueno. So I'm gonna pop off this cap real quick and let's have a look and see what we have. Okay, so I took the cap and rotor off, and it looks like it's not sparking very good from the rotor cap, just on this the very edge of this. It looks like it's been sparking, but the rest of it not so much. So we're going to scrape that down a little bit, scrape the inside of the cap and test the points. So I just tore off a little piece of sandpaper and just going to run it down the outer portion of this rotor button. And then I'm going to hit the contacts. I'm just going to slide this right in between the contacts of the points, clean those up real good, and then hit all of the little individual points on the distributor. That'll make sure everything's nice and clean, no corrosion on it. But yeah, this should be good enough until we get an HEI put in there. As long as it makes fire, we're good to go. Okay, everything's cleaned up, and let's turn this distributor, this advance on this distributor a little bit and see if we hear fire. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it sparking. Yeah, there's some good spark there now. So we'll just put all this back together again and give it a rotate, and we should be able to make fire. Still need to patch this up a little bit. This still looks really bad. Well, nah. Let's feed her a little gasoline. Ooh, oh, that's a lot. That's okay, I don't have a fire extinguisher. I think we are just not getting enough gas. Oh, there you go. Try it again. Oh man, I keep forgetting this is a big block. 454 wants the gas. All of it. So I was given a gas like it was a 350 small block or something. This is a 454. You're gonna have to put some gas down in that boy to get her going. She's She's running. Oh, you can really hear it whining from out here. There's the power steering. Where is it? Oh, shoot, I can't see it. There it is. Right down there, as you can see it. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut that off before I stick my hand in there. Okay, I should test out this little light I bought for the camera. See if this works. Oh yeah, that works nice. Bought the light for the old GoPro, so might as well use it. I'll just come in here and have a look. Uh-oh. That is full. That is over full. And it is not working properly, so yeah. It's all foamy. So, yeah, that's not a good thing. Oh well. But we're not going to put any power steering fluid in there. Hopefully it'll start working. Push the dipstick back in here. That should be good enough. Well, let's see if she'll move around a bit on her own. Got to do something with that hood. Well, that power steering pump is a bit of a downer. Could have been one of the reasons it was taken off the road. I don't know, but yeah, there's not much. But if we get some RPMs up, might sort itself out, kinda, sorta. But pretty sure we're gonna have to replace that power steering pump. Well, let's see if this thing will move. Well, this actually runs pretty good. Oh man, that power steering. At least it's starting to loosen up a little bit, but definitely gonna have to change that pump. Maybe I'll suck all the old lube oil, whatever, out of it and see if, put some fresh in and see if that helps it up any. See if we got brakes. Yeah, we got most of the brakes. That's pretty good. Oh, whiny. Now look out this windshield. Now this windshield is filthy. You can barely see anything. Only brought a couple gallons of gas to put in this tank, so there's a gas station right around the corner. So let's go over there and see if we can't throw a little juice in there. See if they got a windshield squeegee thingy. Oh, it's getting dark. No dome light. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and slide on over to the gas station, drop a couple dollars in here, see if we can clean this awful windshield. Then we'll slide it over to the house, and maybe tomorrow we can give it a sponge bath or something. So, go get some gasoline. These headlights work. I cannot see much out of this windshield, especially at night. It is awful. And I didn't clean the steering wheel, so that's sticky. Fortunately, I'm only going like 3 blocks to the gas station. Oh, the glare coming off those headlights are awful. I can see like 1/10 of a mile ahead of me. That's about it. shifted into third or not. Because I didn't count the gears. I'm not sure if I even have it in. There we go. That's not it. Yeah, that's red. I'm going through that. Get me some gasoline. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's making all kinds of noises. Oh, clean the windshield. That is so much better. Nice. Okay. Now maybe we can actually get back to the house without getting into an accident. Put about 5 gallons worth of gas in this thing. That's good enough for now, just in case there's some junk in the tank. Well, let's slide this back over to the house and deal with it tomorrow. I keep forgetting that I have the camera light that I just bought, so that's much better. So just made it back to the house, and I'm just going to park it for tonight. It made it back from the gas station. It's a little bit stuttery, so I might have sucked up some stuff in the carburetor, but yeah. See you tomorrow, and we'll start getting this nasty thing cleaned up.